Oh snap. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Tisa, and we're back with another episode of That's So Tisa. Yep, that's me. So today we're gonna do a short, simple video. Let me not even lie. It's gonna be a little minute, so we're gonna do my labor story because it was requested, you know. So before I start, let's go on and recognize my mom boss shirt. I am an ambassador of this brand. If you like my shirt, it's just white and says Boss Mom. I will provide the link below so you guys can go and grab, you know. You'll see some more stuff on my Instagram if you follow me. But anyway, so we're gonna do story time today. So grab your popcorn and your drinks, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel.
Like, comment, and subscribe down below. My sister's channel is amazing.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
And don't forget to hit that bell to let you know the next time I make a post. All right, here we go, guys, right into the video. So my story is a little different than other people's. It's kind of complicated, so I'm gonna try as much as possible not to jump around. I already know myself, I'm gonna jump around, but I'm gonna try not to as much. So stay with me, y'all, okay? So let's start by, I don't know where to even start. Let's just start with that week. So Monday was just a normal day for me. I was getting contractions the Saturday before. So that Saturday that just passed was my first time actually having contractions. Not Braxton Hicks, but actual contractions. And they weren't major, but I noticed they were a little different than my Braxton Hicks were. So I kept an eye on them a little bit that night. It was actually my sister's birthday party because her birthday was on the 6th, so it had just passed. And I was having contractions. I was a little bit excited because I'm like, ooh, it's almost time. You know, I got 2 more weeks left. My baby finna be here, you know. Contractions. I decided to bounce on my medicine ball. And I was just bouncing all night. Just bouncing, you know, just doing little hip rolls and all that kind of stuff. And so that was that. On Sunday, no contractions. Monday, no contractions. Tuesday, no contractions. And I'm just like, okay, so it's just a hiccup. And note, this is an important note. If anybody knows the dates of being an Aquarius, I don't know when it starts, but I know when it ends. And my original due date was February 18th, 2020. That is the last day to be an Aquarius. Now I know what you're thinking. Who cares? I do, okay? I've had a long bad history with Pisces men, and I don't want my son to be a Pisces man, okay? He could be an Aries like his daddy, which is in April, or an Aquarius. That's it. No March, no, it wouldn't have been in March, but no Pisces babies. I just can't. Pisces women, whole different story. I like them. You know, I got a few friends that are Pisces, that are girls, but men, no. So I did not want to have my son on the 18th. I was begging for Valentine's Day, begging for Valentine's Day, okay? So back to the story. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Monday, Tuesday, I didn't have any contractions. Wednesday comes around and I have my appointment. This is my last appointment before my due date comes around, okay? So I'm like, I want him to come, like he gotta come like today. So I went to my appointment, which was at 9 o'clock that morning, like 9:50 or something. And my mom and my fiance met. Yes, my mom went. This was my last appointment she wanted to attend. So she and my fiance both met me. And that day they asked me if I wanted to check to see if I was dilating. And you know me, I said, yeah, check me, honey. I'm trying to see if he's coming. So they do the check, and I swear I felt her like swipe my baby's head or something. It felt like her finger was so far up there that she swiped the head. I know that's TMI, but it just felt like it, okay? So she did that. It was a little painful. Of course, anybody who knows when they go get to check to see if they're dilating at all, it's a little painful. So after she was done, she was like, do you want to know how far? I'm like, duh, what am I? She was like, so you're 3 centimeters. I was like, no, she didn't say 3. She said I was 2 centimeters. She's like, you're 2 centimeters. And everybody got hype. I'm like, yay, oh my God. But then she's like, but you know, that doesn't mean anything. And I'm just like, yeah, I know. It could be a whole nother week. And she's like, yeah, so don't get your hopes up too high. But right now, if you want to have him before the 18th, you need to start inducing yourself as soon as possible. Get it popping. I went home after my appointment. I had a little pain. It wasn't like bad. So we came home, and right when we came home, me and my fiance went on a short walk down the street. I wasn't going far. And then we walked back, and something told me to go to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom, and I seen a little bit of bleeding. But my doctor did say, if you do see a little bit of bleeding, don't freak out, don't panic. You know, it's natural. After I just checked your cervix to see if it was, you know, looking crazy. But they did say I was 100% effaced, and that I had 0, I cannot think of the word. It was just the little, what is it, my cervix? My cervix was thinned down. Oh, I checked myself. I was bleeding a little bit, but it was a lot to me. To me, it seemed like a lot. And I wasn't freaking out. I was kind of like, let me call my mom. Like, hey, it's like a lot. She was like, well, just, you know, monitor it. So I monitored it. And I started getting contractions at 2 p.m. 2 o'clock, okay? No, I went to the doctor at 9. I started having contractions at 2, okay? Keep that in mind, 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock. So then, I was chilling. I was kind of like, all right, I'm having contractions. And you know me, I'm kind of like, should I time them? You know, it's kind of fun, like thinking that, oh, well, he's gonna come, or he could come, you know. But then she told me to get it started if I want to have him before the 18th. And I was like, I need him Valentine's Day, so let's work. So I made me some of my raspberry raw tea, which I will show you guys. I'll insert a clip right here. I was drinking that for about 2 weeks. I was drinking 2 packs in one sitting. So I put 2 of the little tea bags in 1 cup, and I filled it with water, and I drank 2 cups of it. So technically it's the same thing, but double dosed, I guess. I don't know. So I drank 2 cups a day, 1 in the morning, 1 at night, or 2 at night, depending on how I felt, with 2 tea bags in it for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And because they said it's good to help you, it helps to, you know, get your cervix thinned down and stuff like that down there. So I made me some tea, and I immediately got on my ball and started bouncing. Okay, I was bouncing all day, just bouncing. And around 5 o'clock, I think that day we went to go either pick my sister up down on Beaver or something. We were doing something that involved driving. So I wasn't driving, I was in the passenger seat. But me and my fiance were driving, and all of a sudden my contractions got a little crazy. They weren't horrible, they weren't dramatic. It was just like, they're getting more intense. They're getting more intense. You could just slightly tell that this is getting more hectic than it normally was. So I was just telling him, like, I just need to breathe. Maybe I should start tracking it. And at this time, it's 5 o'clock. I didn't track from 2 to 5 because I was kind of like, they're not unbearable. but neither was the ones at 5. It was kind of just like I should just time it anyway. So at that point they were already like maybe 5 minutes apart. They were like 5 minutes apart when they first started, and in the car they were just not nice. I don't know if it was because it was like bumpy or whatever, but it did not feel good while I was in the car. But at the same time, huge note, my contractions in the beginning were nothing, okay? Nada. Even at this 5 o'clock time, they were nothing. They weren't even that painful. It just felt like a minor cramp. The minorest cramp ever. Tolerable. So, but then later in the night, around like 8 o'clock, I start getting hungry. And at this point, we're back at the house and I'm bouncing on the ball still. And I actually had some pineapples as well because I just needed a little bit of snack, but I only had like 3. I didn't have like the whole bowl or anything like that. And I think I was so hungry that I wasn't really paying too much attention to my contractions. So my cousin works at an OBGYN, and I was asking her, like, you know, when should I like tell my doctor I'm having contractions or anything? She's like, well, can you bear them, and how are they, and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, they're not major, like I'm fine, I'm tolerating them, I'm just bouncing on my ball. But it still wasn't nothing, it still wasn't anything. Like when I say this, a scale 1 to 10, it was like a 2, just in my head. And I know I could tolerate tattoo pain, but cramps weren't too hot for me sometimes when I have a cycle. So I felt like, you know, it was gonna be but I had a mindset, a really good mindset, that I was gonna be fine, that I was gonna deal with it. It wasn't gonna be bad, it wasn't gonna hurt, I was gonna be cool, I was gonna be fine. Okay, my mental, your mental is very, very important when it comes to childbirth, labor, anything. Now that I know, like, for sure, you have to have the correct mindset of positivity and strength in your mind. You don't gotta physically be strong at all. Your mind gotta be on point though. You gotta be there, you know, it's very important. So at 9 o'clock, my mom brought me back a 10-piece nugget and some fries from Wendy's. No, that's the last time I ate before I gave birth, y'all. The very last time, 9 p.m. at night, okay? 9 p.m. So my contractions kept going after I ate. Of course, I was full. And my contractions at that point were like 3 minutes apart. 3 minutes. Some of them were 2, some of them were 3. It was like getting back and forth. But that's why I kept asking my cousin, hey, do I need to tell my doctor? And she was just like, are you fine? I was like, I'm fine. All right, guys, sorry. Minor pause. We got a surprise guest here. This is Nicholas Jr., if you haven't known already. This is my baby, aka Nico. So what y'all can call him is Nico. Okay? This is the story I'm telling you about his birth. So, y'all say hi. Say hi, steak a butt. Say hi. Okay, y'all. Anyways, so back to where I was. Crickets. So that night, I just ate chicken nuggets and fries from Wendy's, and that was it. So around maybe like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, I got in the bed because I was like, let me try to take a nap before, because he gonna come today or he gonna come tomorrow. I just spoke it into existence. I knew he was gonna come. Like, I felt it in my bones. So I tried to take a nap, and maybe around like 12, 1 o'clock, my contractions weren't too hot. So I got out the bed and got on my ball and started bouncing again. That just what made me more comfortable, was bouncing on the ball. And He had something to say. You got something to say? You gonna tell them what happened? What happened next? What was you going through, huh? I know this was a hard time for you too. It was getting tight in there. It was getting tight in there, huh? So 12:01, I got on the ball. I was bouncing for several hours. I think I tried to go back to sleep around 4. Tried to get back in the bed around 4, so I was knocked out. And then through the night, it was kind of, I kept just getting up. So around like 6 o'clock, my fiance was going to go to work. He had to go to work at 7, but he was getting ready at 6. So, he gets up at 6 something to get ready. So I'm on the ball again, bouncing, and my contractions are a lot they're a lot stronger than they started. And so I tell him, you know, babe, I don't know if I should tell the doctor or call them or not, because, you know, they've been a minute apart for several hours, and that's from between the 4 and the 6. I only slept for maybe like an hour. I didn't get too much sleep because of my contractions, but it wasn't that, oh, I was in so much pain. It was just they were continuing, so it's like knocking me every time it happens. I was getting up to let it happen and then going back to sleep. So then I went, well, no, I didn't go anywhere. I was sitting on the ball, and my fiance was like, oh babe, if you feel like you want to call them, just call them. So I'm calling. Nobody's picking up. And what I mean nobody's picking up is busy line. It's just beep, 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 like continuous. For about an hour, I kept calling them. I called them about several times on my phone, fiance's phone, my mom's phone. Nobody was answering. Nobody. So I was just like, okay, I don't want to freak out. It's cool. It's not even time yet. Just relax. Because we didn't even know if I was going to go into labor that day or not anyway. Ooh, hi, baby. I just had a feeling. So I sent my fiance to work. And around 7 o'clock, my mom goes to work at 8. So 7 o'clock, she came to check on me. She was like, how you doing? And I got back in the bed. I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to sleep till maybe like 8 o'clock. Because that's when doctors are open. Even though they're supposed to have like a 24-hour call, because what if I was in labor right then and there? You know what I'm saying? But it's fine. It worked out. I'm not tripping. So around 8 o'clock, after I woke up, everybody was gone. It was just me at the house. And I called the hospital. And I told them, hey, look, my doctor's office isn't answering. Having contractions, they're about a minute apart. I'm just letting y'all know I might be coming in today. And they were like, oh, we'll try to call your doctor again. Really? I'm like I haven't called them 6,000 times. Like I haven't called them 6,000 times. Like, just try them one more time. Okay. So I was just like, look, I'm just letting you know, giving you a heads up, I'm gonna be coming in soon. Had it be a little bit more crazy. And my contractions at this point, from a scale of 1 to 10, they became maybe like a 4 or 5, you know. Not even a 5, like a 4. Because it just wasn't, they weren't that crazy. They were just like cramps at this point. They were like actual, like normal cramps, not minor. They were actually just like a cramp. Backtrack. Then I called my doctor again. They finally answered, y'all. Finally. After 2 hours, they answered. And I told them what was going on. And she was just like, well, how long has this been going on? And I was just kind of like, it's kind of been all night. I was having contractions yesterday. You know, they were 5 and 3 minutes apart and stuff like that. But I wasn't tripping because my contractions weren't bad. But now it's like they're 1 minute apart. So it was more me that the contractions were closer rather than the pain was intolerable. Get what I'm saying? So she was like, oh yeah, definitely. We need to check you, you know, see how far you are, if you're dilating, where you dilated. anytime, I was like, I came from my doctor's appointment yesterday, and yesterday I was 2 centimeters. And she was like, okay, yeah, we want you to come in. Let us check you and see, you know, how far you are. You don't want to stand up? So I did that, and basically, my mom came back. She didn't even get to get inside her job. She just drove to the parking lot and was walking towards the building, and then she walked back to the car and came and got me. And then after that, I called the people at my fiance's job, told them, hey, I'm trying to get in contact with my fiance. I'm going into labor. So they get in contact with him. He texts me immediately, hey babe, I'm on the way, how you feeling, blah blah blah. I was like, oh, I'm getting to the hospital right now. So we pull up to the hospital. It's like 10 something. No, it's like 9 something. I'm tripping. Hi Sally, you want Bobo? Yeah. Boy, here, Bobo. Okay, he getting frustrated with me, y'all. So we pull up to the hospital. It's like 9 something, like late 9, and I sign in. Did you spit up on your clothes? When was that? When did you do that? May have been when he was sleeping. Yeah, my mom would clean you up. So my mom just drops me off at the front. I walk in by myself and I get signed in. But no, I did a pre-sign in before I got there, just so it's an easier process and I don't gotta be sitting there for a good hour, 30 minutes trying to sign in and stuff. So I did that, and puss you. And they took me back to this one area. They told me to strip. I stripped. I felt uncomfortable because I was still like bleeding from yesterday, TMI, but I was bleeding from the day before still from my appointment. And she was like, it's okay, you know, it's okay, you're supposed to. So I sat down and she asked me from a scale of 1 to 10 what I'm feeling right now. And I said, I'm about a 5, a 4, 5, nothing, really. I think I told her like a 3 or 4 or a 4 or 5, in between 3 and 5. And she was like, really? I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I'm not really like, you know, tripping or anything. So she said, okay, you say hi. You say hi. Who's the handsome boy? Who's the handsome boy? Is that Nico? Is that Nicholas? Yeah, he is 3 months. He turned 3 months on the 13th. Today's the 28th. So yeah, so basically I go back there, take the clothes off. She asks me how I'm feeling and stuff. She takes my blood and hooks me up to this monitor, puts this by this time my fiance, my mom, and my sister have made it back to the building, the area where I was. And you wanna talk to them? I'm sorry, this your show. And so yeah, this about you, huh? You supposed to be telling it? You tell them then. Tell them. Tell them what happened. Tell them. They want to know. Uh-huh. Okay. What else? Yeah. That's it. So, she puts this IV in, and I'm not even tripping. Like, I'm letting her do it and everything. I'm having contractions. And my fiance was like, you just let her put that in so easily. And she was like, yeah, you're doing good. I was just like, well, I'm having contractions. That's a little bit worse than putting the IV in. And they put it in, like, right above my tattoo. Right above it. If not right in the top or something like that. Some people be wondering where I put my IV at. So I put it. Boy, that went all over the phone. So, spit a boy. They were all over my phone. So I got it there, and I was fine. I wasn't tripping. She was like, okay, let me check your dilation again. I was like, okay. She checked my dilation and the same question, would you like to know how far you are? And I was just like, yeah, sure, I guess. She was like, you're 6 centimeters. And I was just like, oh. She's like, you must have been doing a lot of work at home. That's gross, Nicholas. Let me spit up again. That's because mommy keep bouncing around. I'm sorry. I saw we. Now you all dirty. Yeah, you dirty now. You need a bath. Okay. He wants to eat the blanket, so let's let him do that because it's gonna occupy himself. By the way, this lady's name is Kelly. She was great. Little nurse lady downstairs. So then they took me upstairs, and that was supposed to be my labor room. I didn't start. I'll make this a little bit more shorter because I know y'all kind of like, okay, y'all going on for a long time. So we went upstairs. I got some ice chips because that was one of my favorite parts I wanted to do was ice chips. The, you know, basic thing that moms do while they're in labor is have ice chips. And so I got some ice chips, and of course I couldn't drink anything, so that's what I had, ice chips, and I had a little bit of water. Because, you know, I was thirsty. So not only was I tired, I wasn't tired in the beginning, but I was tired because, you know, just taking the contractions and dealing with them is kind of tiring. So from 10 o'clock, which is when I hit my labor room, till maybe 3 something. No, from like 10 to maybe like 2, my contractions maybe went up to like a 6, 7. They weren't a 10. They still weren't a 10. But let me tell you, this is very important. My contractions were not what everybody says they are, but then everybody's pain tolerance, body, mind, soul is different. So don't think that just because I had a simpler contraction feel doesn't mean you will, or you're guaranteed, or everybody else is guaranteed to have a cool contraction feel, you know. So I didn't start having any regular contractions at maybe like 12. I started having straight back contractions. The in front, like I had no vaginal pain, no, you know, anything. I had maybe some pressure, and I just had straight back contractions. My lower back was in a lot of pain, and my mom just sat there and rubbed it out every time I had a contraction. Sat there and rubbed it out the whole entire time for hours, and I'm so thankful for her. She did the way I wanted her to, exactly, you know, the speed, the amount of pressure was perfect, just everything, just rubbed it out. So throughout my contractions, they asked me how I wanted. I said I want to do a natural. I didn't want an epidural. That was my plan. I had a safe word, which is my grandma's maiden name, which is Bobby. So that was my that was going to be my safe word when if I needed an epidural. That was like my last straw I needed. So my back contractions were absolutely horrible, not gonna lie, but I stuck through them. I breathed, just took deep breaths and breathe through it, and think positive. Think very positive. Believe in yourself that you can do it. Believe that it's almost over. Believe that, you know, you could take a little bit more pain. It's not gonna drive you nuts. What's the matter? I'm still sheepy. Okay, come on, let's go night-night. So, you know, I believed in myself. I wanted to do it, so I was trying my best to do it. And that's what I decided to do. I fought through my contractions, every single one of them, even though I was in major back pain. You know, they didn't check on me very often. They checked on me a few times. They would come in and see, you know, how I'm doing, but as far as like seeing how dilated I am, they didn't check very often. They checked maybe 3 times. No, yeah, 3 times. When it got a little bit more hectic for me and I felt like more pressure down there, I really felt like it was time for me to push, and it wasn't, like twice. And they're like, you're 7 to 8 centimeters. And I was 7 to 8 centimeters for about 4 hours. So in between 12 to 3, I was in 7 to 8 centimeters for hours. I was so through. I was so tired. So around 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock, I start taking mini naps. And I'm like, how am I gonna take a nap between contraction? While my mom was rubbing my back, I laid on her side, on her stomach while she was doing this every break. So I didn't even know I was doing that. I don't have a contraction, and then I would fall asleep and I'd be knocked out, and then I have another contraction, wake up, sit up. And when I mean sit up, y'all, I was sitting on my booty with one of my legs dangling off the bed and the other one that's sitting straight up. And I was on the edge of the bed. That was the only comfortable position I could ever deal with while my back contractions were going on. I couldn't lay down because it was uncomfortable. I couldn't like stand up and walk. I couldn't do the little dance thing. I did that for like 5 seconds. I tried several different positions to figure out what was my most comfortable position. And sitting on the edge of the bed was the only one I could really tolerate. So I sat on the edge of the bed. Hey, come on, let's go night night. Sitting on the edge of the bed was the most comfortable one for me. So that's what I did. And I would go to sleep, literally, in between my contractions on my mom. Just come back, sit back up, swing that leg, dangle. And I kind of put my fiance through it. I was trying my best. I told them beforehand, I'm gonna try my best not to be mean, not to be stuck up, not to be a bitch. And that's what I did. I started getting hot at some points, and like almost like having a heat flash, and then getting cold. Like it was just like back and forth between being cold and being hot. So I had him fanning me with this little pamphlet I got from the doctors. And they were fanning it. He was fanning me. I was like, fan it harder, babe. It's hot. I'm hot. So they would take my socks off. I would start stripping a little bit. I already got the medicine gown on. I don't got nothing else besides a bra and a medicine gown. So you could already tell I was over there trying to strip the gown off of me. And so I was trying to take the gown off my shoulders, and it just wasn't happening. And then so he was fanning me, and then at moments I'm like, okay, stop fanning me. I'm not having a contraction no more. Now that I'm not having a contraction, I'm freezing cold. So I had to put my blankets back on my legs, put my socks back on, put my shirt back on, and I'm sitting there just chilling. And then back contraction again. So then he's fanning me again, and my best friend's fanning me. They're like switching turns, fanning, who's gonna fan me, while my mom's rubbing my back, and her hands are like shaking when she takes it off on my back because she was rubbing for hours. So around 4 o'clock, my doctor asked me, did I want her to check again? And I said yes. She was like, okay, it's about time for you to push. And I was like, great, because I've been telling them I've been ready to push for an hour now. I'm tired. I want to sleep and get this over with. So at this point, I'm screaming. Well, no, I'm tripping. She asked me, it was time to push. She said, well, backtrack again. Around like, I believe it was right before I gave birth to him, maybe like late 3, she broke my water because my water didn't break through this whole entire process. So she broke my water, which felt really weird. It wasn't painful at all. It was just a lot of pressure, and the gushing was like, ah. It was like a lot. So, I love you. So I basically was fine, and my contractions kind of got hectic, and I was kind of like feeling like he was coming out of me, and I was panicking, and I was screaming like, ah, Mom, I want the epidural. My doctor's like, it's too late. It's too late, you know, and they kept just saying that it's too late. Do you want more fluids? We're gonna give you more fluids. So they gave me a lot of more fluids, but they never gave me any type of medication. No epidural, no nothing. So I said, Mom, Bobby, like, I just want him out. I just want him out. I was very emotional. I was very tired. I was feeling a lot of pressure down there, and it got crazy, and it got more painful to the point I felt like I couldn't take it. I wanted the epidural then. My mom said no. My fiance said no, you could do it, you could do it. And I was just like, no, why don't you listen to me? Like, come on. Like, and I was just talking out, you know, out of pain and out of everything. I started getting weak in my mental, you know, and like I said, that's very, very important. And so they were telling me, no, you could do it. And it's very good to have a support system. And I know it sucks for a lot of women right now that are going through this COVID and can't have that many people in the room with them, or can't have anybody in the room with them besides the doctors and the nurses. It sucks. And I pray for you guys to have safe and easy deliveries on all your babies. I'm blessed to have him before all this crap got a little hectic and nuts. So back to what I was saying, they were my support system. They were really my rocks for sure. My fiance and my mom and my best friend too. They were a lot of help. But my little sister was like, give my sister what she wants. Why y'all not listening to her? She want that medicine. Give her that medicine. And my mom and them was like, no, she's okay. It's too late anyway. My nurse came in. She was like, it's too late. It's too late, baby. And I was just like, oh my gosh. So she was like, you could push if you want. And I was like, really? She was like, yeah, the doctor's not here, but you can push. You can start to try push. And I was like, good, great, because I'm ready to push. So right before I started pushing, I felt like I was pooping. Okay, y'all. I felt like I was pooping, and I started screaming out, I'm pooping! I'm pooping! I know this is TMI. If you don't want to hear, you can get it off. But you clicked it. You clicked it. So I was screaming. I thought I was pooping. Okay. My mom and my nurse flipped up my cover so fast. And they're like, no, you're not. That's just the baby. Like, that's what you feel is just the baby's head. I was like, oh my God. And I really thought I was pooping, y'all. I was pissed. Because I was like, I don't want to poop. I don't want to poop. And I'm pretty sure nobody wants to poop on the table. But it happens. And it's natural. And it's fine. If you pooped, it's fine. It's cool. It's whatever. You're giving birth to a baby. Like, come on. But I didn't. And I was like, oh, okay. But then, you know, like I said, I start screaming. My nurse was like, all right. So then when it was time to push, y'all, funny story. My contractions stopped altogether. My contractions were no longer. And I was confused because I was just like, she was like, okay, you could push. Then you can stop when you get another contraction and push again. I was like, okay, great. First push, went through my 10 seconds, pushing him out with no medicine. I felt him like gradually coming down. And I stopped after my 10 seconds, and she was like, you want to push again? I was just like, no. And she was like, okay. And I sat there for maybe like 2 minutes. And then she was like, you want to wait till your next contraction? I was like, yeah. Y'all, my contraction never came. So I just said, okay, I want to push again. She was like, all right. So I pushed, and he was still not, he was coming down. She checked. She was like, you're doing great. Like, oh my gosh, you want to push again? I was like, no. So I took another 5-minute break. I'm just talking. We're all just chilling. And then I still didn't have a contraction. And my mom was like, are you having a contraction? I was like, I don't know. She was like, okay. So then I pushed again. And I think I pushed maybe like 6 times, 7 times. And boom, shakalaka, my baby was here. And my doctor did not make his birth. So it was quick. It was like super quick. I started pushing at like 4:20 something. I had him at 4:36, y'all. 4:36 p.m. And I pushed all by myself. I didn't need any help. She didn't pull him out. She didn't force him out. She didn't bother me down there. He just came out. I pushed him out all the way. And I felt everything, you guys. When I tell you we are super strong, ladies, we are super strong. You can't let anybody tell you anything otherwise that you are strong. And I'm not against epidural. You are still a mother. You are still, you know, because my mom got one with me and my sister and had C-sections, and I just went straight vaginal. And either way it goes, you are so strong. You are an amazing mom for giving birth to any baby, anything. And I was so shocked at myself that I was in a daze for about a few minutes. When he first came out, I just looked up in the sky. I felt like I was in a dream or something, like something was so crazy. And I know a lot of women start crying immediately or give my baby immediately. I just was not even there. It didn't seem real. It seemed like a dream to me. Like I just pushed this kid out of me by myself. No medicine, no nothing. I was shocked, okay? So if y'all hear barking, I'm sorry. It's my dog and he's gonna bark for a while. So I basically, after they finally cleaned him off, you know, my best friend was talking to me. She's like, you had him, you know, you did it. My mom's like, oh my God, he's here. My mom's crying. Fiance's like, oh my God, babe, touching me. And I just was not there for a second. Not that I was sad, not that I wasn't, I don't know what it is. I think I just had a blank moment. And it's crazy because it just seems like my body was just not, my body was there and my soul just wasn't in it for a second. It was just kind of weird. So then I snapped back when they were like, you want to cut the cord for my fiance? He said, yes. He cuts the cord and my baby's whining. Him was crying. And supposedly he peed and pooped as soon as he came out. Oh, and he had pooped inside, guys. He had meconium while he was still inside. So there was no rush to get him out. They just wanted to make sure he didn't, you know, ingest the meconium. And he did a little bit, but they were suctioning it out and they said it would eventually get out of his body and stuff like that. So, and which it did, and it spit up. So that was it. He was here 4:36 p.m. on February 13th 2020. My baby was here a day before Valentine's Day, y'all. Isn't that nuts? Anyway, so the lady was like, hey, we're gonna take him over here, he's a little on the small side. And I immediately, my heart dropped and I'm like, what do you mean, like what? And she took him over to the little area and he was fine. She was like, oh, 7 pounds 13 ounces. I'm like, so a little on the small side, but he was just super long and lanky. I'll post one of his pictures. And that's why she thought he was, you know, underweight, but he wasn't. And again, I pushed out a 7 pound 13 ounce baby, almost 8 pounds by myself, no medication. Y'all can do it. You can do it. Believe in yourself. Your mental is important. I had to gather that back up when it was time to push. I fell, I was weak, but then my support system said, get it together. You said you want to do this, you're gonna do it. So, and I did, and I'm beyond proud of myself. Like, I could say this every day. I did this with no medicine. I did this with nothing. And, you know, I'm very proud of myself because that's what I wanted to do. And if you want an epidural because you're not going to deal with it, fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But for my ladies who want to do it natural, believe in yourself. Have the right mental for it. And I'll let you know what I mean by that at the end. But I had him. And it was just like my heart was full as soon as they gave him to me. They was like, do you want to hold him and breastfeed him? I'm like, yeah, bring me my baby. Like, I want to see him because, you know, my legs is gapped up and I can't see him all the way down there while y'all got him on the mat. Like, took him over there, couldn't see him, and he's right there on my chest, and I look a hot mess. My hair is a hot mess, but guess what? I don't give one because I ain't trying to impress anyone. My fiance is there. He's seeing his son being born. My mom, my sister, and all that. And he was there. My little munchkin, my little Nicholas Jr. was here. And I couldn't believe it. Like, I was so blessed and happy to see him. So, and this is exactly how he was when he was first born on me. My baby's so big now. So yeah, that is my story. Oh, and guys, I skipped a little part that is so funny. So right when I was pushing, they were getting the setup ready for the doctor who didn't make it. Still love you, Dr. Fouts. Wasn't your fault. There was a nurse that came in randomly. She introduced herself. I don't remember her name. I don't know why. I just can't. She introduced herself and she just automatically started touching me. And for some reason, I did not want her to touch me. I don't know what it was. And I'm like, hey, excuse me. I don't mean to be rude. And I said in the calmest voice, but why are you touching me? Why are you touching me? And she was like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm just checking your vitals and stuff like that, you know. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's the meanest I was, y'all. That is the meanest the entire time I was asking that lady why she's touching me. I did it without no yelling at her, and I didn't punch my fiance. I didn't squeeze his hands. I didn't do any of that, y'all. So y'all stop being meaning y'all man just on purpose. Unless he deserved it. Then by all means necessary. But yeah, so that is my story. For everything that I did use, I will put it down in the description. And link everything to you. I did use a medicine ball from Five Below, so it was below $5. I think it was $5. Yeah, it was $5. I used raspberry tea, and I ate pizza that Tuesday. Supposedly pizza can help you. I don't know if it's true or not. You guys have to look that up yourself. But I ate pizza that Tuesday. And pineapples are supposed to help. But they say eat a whole pineapple. I only ate like 7 out the whole entire big gigantic ball that I bought from Publix. And that's the only things I used to induce my labor. I didn't use castor oil. Not against those who have or whatever. But I didn't believe in it. I was scared I was going to hurt my baby. And I wasn't trying to go out pooping and having a baby. Let's not. So those are the 3 items I used. Descriptions below for the I'm about to say castor oil, for the ball and for the tea that I used. And I did insert the clip. Those are the 2 things I used to induce my labor. But I believe, since I went to my appointment, that she stripped my membranes, and that's why I gave birth the next day after my appointment. I really think that she started up my contractions, no lie, which I'm very appreciative of, girl, because I don't know when I would have had them, because my water didn't break naturally. So it was a great experience for me. And the pregnancy thing, not so much. I had a boring pregnancy, which is good. I didn't really have many complications or anything like that. I didn't have anything major going on. But I don't really like being pregnant. I know there's a lot of women out there who, oh my God, being pregnant is the thing. For me, it's not. It's not the thing, okay? Y'all can be mad at me, whatever you call it. But for Tisa here, pregnancy is not where it's at. Giving birth, I could deal with that. I wish I could just give birth and I had to be pregnant for 9 months. Not only am I impatient, I wanted to meet my little angel. You know, and he's perfect. And I'm very grateful for this little bug here. See, you guys, he's knocked out now. So yes, thank you again for watching. If you had any questions that I may have missed that you may have wanted to know, hit me up in the comments. I will respond. Sorry if I don't do it immediately, but I'll try as soon as I can. And that's my story, y'all. Thank you again for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to hit that bell to let you know the next time I make a post. All right, guys. Thank you again for watching. That's up, Tisa. Y'all say bye-bye. Oh, and guys, don't forget, I'll put the t-shirt info down below. And if you guys want to know about this hair, let me know. I do have things for, you know, I can do videos on. Just let me know if you want to know Junior's routines, Nico's routines, you know, his clothing, where I get stuff from, and yeah. And if y'all want to know his journey and how big he's getting, let me know. We can do those. He right now is 13 weeks and 3 months and 2 weeks tomorrow. 2 weeks tomorrow. No, today's Thursday. 2 weeks today. And he's about 15-16 pounds. Last time we went, he was about 13-14 pounds. He's a solid one. He's big, y'all. He's not fat. He's solid, and he's super tall. He's 20. He was 24 inches last time we went, so he's gonna be like 26-27 inches now. He's long, y'all. He's super long. I would show y'all, but I don't really want to wake my baby up. He's tired. But yeah, let me know what y'all want to know. I can show y'all what I do for his teething and everything. Hit me up in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.